Hey everyone, I'm in Microsoft Flight Simulator again. Here I'm looking at flight training, airliner training, baby. We're going to have a look at the A320 Take-Off. Learn how to lift off in an airliner. I did have a little go at this just for a bit of fun. Didn't seem too bad, so I'm hoping this is not going to be too difficult. Let's have a little look though. Oh my goodness. Idle thrust, blah blah blah. Look at all them buttons. These were definitely made with little kids in mind, weren't they? Little kids would just love being in these little airplane. Little airplane, huge airplane. Look at it. I mean, do you really need all these buttons? Does anybody know what they all do? I wonder if the pilots just go, yeah, I'll just use that big black stick in the middle, turn it on, turn it off, do a little bit of wiggling, jobs are good. I'm sure it takes a bit more than that. But let's see what we can do in this bit of training. Looking forward to this one. It's pretty cool flying a big hoofing plane. So sort of my learning so far has been the little planes. I had to play with one of these just in free flight, but let's do the tutorial. See if it teaches me some stuff.
Perfect weather for a flight out of Nice, Côte d'Azur, don't you think? We're on runway 22 left, and we're cleared for takeoff. Taking
Marvelous.
off in an A320 obviously requires more speed and a longer runway than a single-engine prop plane. But luckily, we have some extra tools at our disposal to make the job a little easier once we're airborne. For starters, the autothrust manages engine power to maintain a target airspeed. Autopilot will keep us on track with navigation, and the fly-by-wire system lets us maintain a consistent attitude without needing to make constant adjustments. When I give the word, you're going to execute a straight-out takeoff. After you complete the initial climb, I'll take the controls. But first, check the MCDU for our reference speeds. I already typed in today's numbers. The rotation speed, VR, is 131 knots. I'll call out when we reach it. Take a look at the PFD now. Then, once we hit VR, you just need to begin a gentle rotation by pulling back on the side stick. Don't exceed 10 degrees until you've lifted off. Next, let's review the thrust levers. We need to be aware of 3 different detents. Use the climb detent, labeled CL on your throttle, to automatically manage the thrust for the remainder of the flight. Toga, to take off at full power on short runways, or when performing a go-around. And for today, FLX MCT for a reduced thrust takeoff. We reduce thrust at takeoff to preserve our engine life and save fuel. Now let's monitor the engine parameters. As you can see on the engine warning and system display, I applied the parking brakes earlier.
Where's that? Can't even see it. There? Okay, remove the parking brake. Aha!
Ready to go. Apply half forward side stick. Then move both thrust levers gently forward to 50% N1.
50% N1 by pressing A. Okay.
Then move them to the flex detent.
The what? You can't see.
Okay.
There.
The auto thrust is armed. Use the rudder to keep us on the center line. 80. Rotate.
Rotate.
Positive climb. Gear up. Engage autopilot. Autopilot can either be engaged 5 seconds or 100 feet after takeoff to manage heading and altitude. The FMA is showing lever climb, which means we've reached thrust reduction altitude. Adjust the thrust levers to climb detent.
Which one is climb?
Now we're in the climb detent. Auto thrust is active and will manage airspeed by adjusting the power. At S speed, retract flaps to 0. Disarm ground spoilers.
Disarm spoilers? Whoops.
That was excellent.
That's confusing as heck. But hey, we got an A. I hope that was good for you, like it was for me. We sort of know nothing about how to take off with an Airbus. But yeah, cool. Right, so let's have a little look at the other one. This one. Oh my goodness. Here we go. A320 Landing. Pappy light code? What Pappy light code? Glide path slightly low. Too low. Maybe that makes sense when we're there. Let's have a little look. That's a cool picture. They are beautiful planes, huh? These big old airliners. They look wicked. How are you getting on with Microsoft Flight Simulator? Are you finding it way too complicated? Are you just flying about exploring cities? Love to know in the comments what you're up to. Are you getting on alright with the tutorials? Okay.
We're on course for a visual landing approach into Nice Côte d'Azur. Auto thrust is going to handle power management, so our main objective is to control the pitch to stay on the glide slope. The beauty of fly-by-wire means you only need to use the stick when you want to make attitude adjustments. Alright, as long as auto thrust is on, the speed will be automatically managed. Throttles should stay in the climb detent. Just focus on the trajectory. Remember, fly-by-wire doesn't need a lot of corrective input. Just keep making small adjustments to pitch and roll as necessary. See the screw on the dash above the PFD? Use that as a guideline to keep us centered on the runway. For a visual approach, we have the track FPA mode activated. This will display the green velocity vector on your attitude indicator. Place it 3 degrees below the horizon to follow a 3-degree glide slope.
See that? I don't understand what it means. Does it mean the green dot? Because we are falling at the minute, so maybe that's alright. So I'm just sort of working on putting the weird little button that it pointed out. Whoops. Like that. Let's see, where's that? Why did that go up? Does that reckon I was too low then? Interesting. What I was trying to show you was this little button here. See that? That's what we've got to try and line up, apparently. But how I know what 3 degrees is, no idea. See, I think I'm too high.
Look to the right of the runway at the 4 colored lights called PAPI. They'll give feedback to stay within a 3-degree glide slope all the way down. If the PAPI shows 2 white lights and 2 reds, then we're on target. 4 white lights means we're too high. 4 red means we're too low. At 20 feet, pull back on the stick to kiss the runway, but be careful to avoid a tail strike.
See, I've had a few goes at this tutorial and I can't figure it out. I can sort of hit the runway, but it sort of bounces and I can't get it to brake quick enough. So I don't know what I'm going wrong, whether I'm going in too steep or what, but I sort of come to the runway about the right height, I think. Pappy's still showing red, but I don't know whether it works from there. Maybe I am way out. I don't know.
We're getting close to the threshold. Now shift your focus down to the end of the runway. Listen for the computer calling out retard, then set thrust to idle. Time to flare. Now return the side stick to neutral. Spoilers and auto brakes are activated.
Turn that flaming thing off. Give me some brakes. Yes.
That was excellent.
Cheers. All right. There we go. I didn't understand that at all. The Pappy didn't seem to do anything. I just sort of had to do it by eye a bit. But I learned a bit of stuff there. If you like this, give us a thumbs up, please. That's much appreciated. That's me done all of the flight school now, I think. So I'm off to explore. Thanks so much for watching. And if you like this sort of stuff, please subscribe to the channel. Comments really welcome. I reply to all comments. So talk away. Thanks so much.